Hi, my little babies. Welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. Hi. In today's video, we are just going to get right down to it because Candace doesn't have a lot of time. I got to run out to run an errand and I'm in a hurry. I'm going to try and make this a really short one because today we're only reviewing a novella. I know that what you're thinking. You're thinking, Candace, that doesn't make a fucking bit of difference because I've seen you turn a review for a novella into an hour and a half video. And yes, that's true. That's fair. That's fair. But I'm trying to revamp my image, okay? Cut me a break. Okay. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing this book right here. This is The Never King by author Nikki St. Crowe. And as you can see, it's tiny. It's a tiny little book. According to Amazon, this book has 206 pages. Does that look like 206 pages to you? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. 195. Close. Not accurate, but close. I don't know. When held up like this, I feel like it looks like 85 pages. Is that just me? I don't know. Anyways, so yes, in today's video, we'll be reviewing this book. This is the first book in her Vicious Lost Boys series. This is going to be, as far as I know, so far, there have been 2 books released. A third book is coming up soon. The second book in this series is called The Dark One, and it is already out. The third book is called Their Vicious Darling, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it releases on September 1st. Don't quote me on that, because you know your bitch doesn't do any research. Okay? If you want, let's do the deets for the book. This book is currently free to read with KU. So is the second one in the series, right? If you want to purchase this book for your Kindle, you can do so for the price of $3.99. If you want this trade paperback, you can get it for the price of $12.99. If I'm being honest, that seemed a little bit pricey for something with that many pages. I don't know. Maybe I'm only thinking that because of the size of the book. And I'm not talking about the page number, but the actual size of the book. The size of the book is like a 5x7 type size. It's not, in comparison to a normal trade paperback, it's much smaller. And I don't know, I'm not sure why she chose that size. Is it just because it's a novella? Is that why? Maybe that's why. I don't know. Which I guess if that's why, then that would make sense. But with that standing, I would think that it would cost less money. So like I would price this book at like $9.99. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know what books cost in terms of like how much it costs to make them. So maybe they had to do it at $12.99 or they wouldn't make any money. Who knows? Candace doesn't know. You're talking out of your ass, bitch. I don't know. So yeah, anyway. You can get this book in hardcover from Amazon for $18.99. Keep in mind, if you do that though, the hardcover will come printed just like this, except for with a hardcover. It does not have a dust jacket on it. The picture will be printed on the cover of the book. Okay? Keep that in mind. I will read you guys the blurb and then give you a quick little overview of what this book is about. And then I'll do my closing spiel and you'll be free of me. Okay? The blurb, I'm going to read from the back. So let's dive right in, shall we? The stories were all wrong. Hook was never the villain. For 2 centuries, all of the darling women have disappeared on their 18th birthday. Sometimes they're gone for only a day, some a week or a month, but they always return broken. Now, on the afternoon of my 18th birthday, my mother is running around the house making sure all the windows are barred and the doors locked. But it's pointless. because when night falls, he comes for me. And this time, the Never King and the Lost Boys aren't willing to let me go. And then it says, note, the Never King is a dark retelling of Peter and Wendy. If you like your enemies to lovers romance with hot, ruthless, morally gray love interests, you'll enjoy the Never King and the Lost Boys. You can expect hate kissing, fighting, bickering, and touch her and I'll kill you vibes. While the Never King is inspired by Peter and Wendy, it is for 18 plus readers only. All characters are over 18. I appreciate that she put that author note on there. I really do, because a lot of authors do not specify stuff like that. And yeah. Okay, so the main characters for this novella are many, to be honest. This series is a reverse harem. So the main female character for the series is a girl named Winnie. It's not Wendy, it's Winnie. Okay? Wendy, I believe was like her grandmother or her great grandmother or something, right? So the whole like Peter Pan and Wendy thing predates the main female character for this book. Now, the basic premise for this book is that every female darling of the family, of the Darling family, when she turns 18, as the blurb says, Peter Pan comes from Neverland and takes them from their home in the mortal realm back to Neverland, and then returns them later, but their minds are basically completely scrambled eggs. They've been fucked up. They've been mind fucked in some way, basically. Now, Winnie is the latest generation of darling women. Her mother is there, but she's not there. Like in here, she's in there, but she's not all there. So she's not a complete psychotic mess, but Winnie has grown up in a very traumatic and unstable lifestyle. Her mother has put her through a lot of bad shit in an effort to save her from what she believes to be inevitable on her 18th birthday. And that bad shit includes like taking her to like witch doctors and spells and like science experiments having been done on her and all of these things. She's physically hurt her in an effort to prevent Peter from taking her on her 18th birthday. All of it's been for nothing. Her 18th birthday comes, Peter comes to get her. He takes her to Neverland with him. She's not afraid. She goes willingly. Because in the beginning, she doesn't believe that it's real. She thinks her mother is like schizophrenic. When she gets to Neverland and she's introduced to the Lost Boys, which there are two twins, Bash and Cass. They're two twins who are members of the Fae. In Neverland, there are different islands. There are 7 islands. Peter is the king of one island. There are 7 different rulers of the 7 islands. Each island and their subsequent ruler is the host of a shadow. The shadow is either a shadow of life or shadow of death. They have to choose one or the other to host. Peter chose the shadow of life. Many years ago, there was a coup where Tinkerbell, who, yes, is also real, although don't picture her as a tiny little pixie, picture her as the queen of the Fae, a normal sized woman, but queen of the Fae. And there was a coup where Peter fell in love with Wendy, as the fable says. And Tinkerbell, in her jealousy, killed Wendy and stole Peter's shadow. Peter believes that Wendy knew where his shadow was hidden before she was killed. And that those memories are passed down through the bloodline of the female darlings. Hence why he has kidnapped every female darling upon their 18th birthday in an attempt to get inside their heads to try and unlock the memory of where his shadow is. Because without the life shadow, his island is dying. His life force is tied to the island. And without that shadow, he's dwindling, and the island is dwindling with him. So Winnie, when she learns all of this, she wants to help him. So she asks, like, how do you get the memories? Like, how do I remember something I can't remember? Like, I don't know I remember. Well, the current queen of the Fae is going to come here and pay us a visit. And she's going to use magic to get inside your head. And then she realizes that's why my mother and grandmother and every darling before me, since the time of Wendy, has come home fucked up. Because the queen of the Fae is rummaging around inside their brain and doing a terrible job at it. And then sending them home all fucked up. She doesn't want that. And by the time that time comes in the book, Peter, Cass, Bash, and another lost boy by the name of Vane, who is host to a dark shadow, which means at one point he was king of his own island, but we don't talk about that. We don't know what that's about. They don't want to fuck up Winnie's brain because they've all become very attached to Winnie. Bash and Cass also happen to be the queen of the Fae's brothers. They were banished and their wings were taken when they murdered their father. And they did it for their sister. I'm not sure I really remember, or if it was fully explained why they killed their father, if he was either abusive or if he was like sexually abusing their sister or what. But they do say in the book that they did it for her. And she turned around and banished them. She took their wings and she banished them. And that's how they came to be with Peter. So when their sister comes to see Winnie, they don't want her to fuck around in Winnie's head and destroy her brain, because now they've become attached to her. Because by this time in the book, Winnie has basically had some kind of sexual contact with all of them. except Vane. Vane there's serious dark shit going on with Vane. So the queen comes and she starts her interrogation, her rooting around. And it turns out to be too much. And it gets to the point where Vane, of all people, who up to this point didn't want to touch Winnie, because again, see aforementioned stuff about dark stuff going on with him. He intercedes and he's like, that's enough, you're hurting her. And he takes her away. She's very out of it. He takes her into the library, I think, into the library or into his bedroom. And she stays there. While she's in that comatose state, she does dream the memory of what happened to Peter's shadow. When she comes to, she demands to see him. She rushes down to his rooms and she tells him, I think I know where the shadow is. It turns out that Wendy's little sister was watching from a closet when Tinkerbell murdered Wendy and hid Peter's shadow in a small box inside of Wendy's trunk in their attic, in like a secret compartment in the trunk. And so they all rush to go back to the mortal world, where they run into an emissary by the name of the Brownie, who works for Queen Tilly, which is the queen of the Fae, the twin sister. It turns out that she has been plotting all along to get the shadow herself so that she can make sure that Peter never gets the shadow and that the island dies and he never becomes king again, in revenge for him murdering Tinkerbell, who happened to be her mother. And the twins' mother, which they know that he killed their mother, and they're fine with it because she was a murderous psycho bitch. But Tilly is not fine with it. And Tilly has been plotting this entire time and sabotaging his attempts to find his shadow by deliberately scrambling the brains of all the darlings that she's been looking into for him every time he brings one to Neverland. So this comes out when he confronts the Brownie, or when the Brownie and the Brownie's men confront them in the mortal realm. There's a big fight. Everybody gets, all the Brownies get killed. The Brownie gets killed and all of his men get killed. And they go back to Neverland with the shadow. But when they open the box at the end of the book, they finally open the box. What jumps out is not one shadow, but two. And that's where the book ends. So, Charlotte, go pee-pee. So that's where the book ends. And I don't do, quiet! I don't do reverse harems, ever, okay? I wanted to state that for the record. I don't do reverse harems ever. I also don't do dark romance novellas. I've sworn them off because I I contend that the majority of dark romance novellas are almost exclusively sex and violence. There is virtually no plot in dark romance novellas that I've found. So I don't enjoy them. This novella, I loved. I don't know what the next one will hold, but this woman somehow managed to touch on everything that you needed to know and give just enough detail to everything to keep you interested and to give you plot while still giving you the spice that you need. And she managed to do all of that in 200 pages. And I don't know how she did that. I don't know how she did that. I literally said it before, and I'll say it again. It's witchcraft. She's a witch. Because I would recommend these books to anyone who likes dark romance. And I also have not done a lot of like fairy tale retellings either, but I fucking loved this. So would I recommend these books to other people? Fuck yes, I would. I loved it. For the rating for this book, I would give it a solid 9.5. Like, what a fucking original idea. Loved it. So yeah, hopefully that's encompasses everything and I didn't leave anything out and I didn't fuck anything up. And the end. I hope you enjoyed this video and I thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of What the Smut. And I will see you guys in my next one. I love you so much. Bye. Hi, my little babies. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell so you get notifications when I upload a new video. If you'd like, you can also follow me on social media. I do have a members only Facebook group, an Instagram, and a Twitter devoted to this channel. I will link them all in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner here on the screen for you guys to see. And now, stay tuned for the doof bloops. There will be literally no bloopers for this video because I have to go, like right now. God, I hope I didn't leave anything out. I don't know. I don't have time. I don't have time to fuck around with it. I can't. Okay. Oh, God. What, Mom? Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Okay. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.